I'm gonna jump in and just share a nugget because I'm okay with bringing my faith anywhere, and if you're not okay with my faith, then it's probably not good for us to do business. I'll tell a short story on that. I take heaven where I go, right? So my moving company was doing good, and there was another gentleman who I was learning from in the moving company. He's doing great numbers, and we decided to have a meeting about us actually doing business together. And I was okay with it. I was okay with the splits and everything we was doing. And we had one issue, and the issue was us being open on Sundays. I'm like, all my businesses, I ain't open on Sunday, right? And he like, man, we leaving too much money on the table. I'm like, listen, bro, I'm not greedy, bro. And you said peace that passes all understanding. Having too much money and not enough peace, I'm cool. Give me the peace.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I am your host, Hugh Edmonds. Excited to be here today. I have a fantastic guest, another fantastic guest. But you know what I say? I love when I get a chance to pick people's lens, see things from their perspective. And I'm telling you, this gentleman has a perspective I ain't really never heard before. You want to talk about scalability? This is your man. You want to talk about time and efficiency? This is your man. You want to talk about funding? This is your man. You want to talk about somebody that did a 5-day rehab and then sold in 21 days? You think it's possible? You think it's not possible. I'm telling you it is possible because this gentleman did it, and I'm going to let him tell you all about it. So I'm super excited to introduce you guys to Mr. Edward Jones. Mr. Edward, how you doing today, sir?
Hey, how y'all doing out there? I'm doing great, man. Blessed. How you doing, sir?
Oh man, I'm with you. Blessed, man. Excited to have you here. Of course, we've been talking and just what you're doing is fascinating. And so I'm so excited for you to talk to our audience about it, man. So I'm gonna be honest. I want to dive in. I want you to tell people what your main focus is these days. You want to give us a bit of an origin story about how you got started? We love the hero's journey, so we would love that. And then tell us what markets you're operating in, where you are in the world. So, Mr. Edward, sir, you got the floor, man.
Man, well, my journey, I started back, I actually started real estate about 2006. Got the opportunity to move to Atlanta, which was a huge blessing for me. Started a moving company, to be honest. Moving company was going real good. And I knew I wanted to get in real estate. I actually took a course for real estate, cost a pretty penny, but it was very, very informational. It was very what I call chamber like, because when you go into a chamber, you come out different. It wasn't just a course. It wasn't nothing I watched online. It wasn't none of that. It was, here go your contractors. Here's how you find deals, things of that nature. And I kind of made a decision one year and said, I'm gonna go all in on real estate. I'm gonna let someone else manage the moving company and got a car lot. I'm gonna let somebody else manage that. And I just went all in on real estate and fell in love with the game all the way. Um, doing rehabs, I like to see ugly go to beautiful, so that was very exciting for me to continue to see that, see my ideals come to pass, take something and make it in to something greater. So that's kind of like my journey in real estate is getting introduced through a mentorship program As far as down here in Atlanta, I was already doing I'm originally from Ohio. I was already doing it in Ohio as far as wholesaling, but I came down here and started investing. So
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
it's been an exciting journey, man. It's been a very exciting journey.
I love it, man. I love it, man. So you walked this through, got bit by the bug. You said 2006, and here we are. So what are you doing today? Like, what's your main focus these days? Anything exciting going on? Any kind of new ventures? Like, where you at right now, sir?
Absolutely, man. Right now, last month we inked a deal. I'm excited about the funding, man. I'm excited about the funding that real estate investors are going to be able to have. When this is unleashed, they're going to be able to scale super huge. Their leverage is going to be amazing. They're going to be able to stay liquid. The community that I'm building with just the quality people of just getting to know people in all walks of life. A lot of people have different businesses that they're doing, but one thing you would hear, and you can hear it on 1,000 podcasts, everybody want to park some money in real estate. So I think right now the Fed's just cutting rates. Um, the talks of the 50-year mortgage, I know it's not out yet, but I really see good things in the future as far as for real estate. I don't think they're going to let the 2008 crash happen again as we hear. I believe it's still normalizing out, is leveraging out. The market is kind of balancing itself. So that's basically what I'm doing, building communities and getting this funding together for all of the real estate people who are constantly investing, people who do 4 or more deals a year as far as flips or new construction. Very excited about that deal that's coming up to be able to help people leverage their deals.
Love it, man. Absolutely love it. So, man, I want to pick your brain because, of course, since 2006, you built something successful. You're looking forward to the future. You are a visionary. You're looking ahead. So I want to pick your brain on some of your strategies, right? So I'm gonna ask this question, and I would love for you to answer it 2 ways if you don't mind. So one, what are some business strategies that you have that you know are core strategies of yours? Well, some people say consistency, some people say discipline. I don't want to, put it on you, but what are some of the core business strategies you have? But what are some core personal strategies that you have found has helped you along the way? Some people do cold plunges, some people go for hikes, so I'm just asking Mr. Edward, what are some core strategies business wise and personal wise that you know have helped you be the man and successful businessman that you are today?
Man, you said it. People say consistency. I done did the cold plunges, the routines, all of that personally, because I believe how you develop yourself personally is going to spill over into your business. How you do anything is how you're going to do everything. So definitely, got a routine, but I think for me is standing my word, keeping my faith high, um, being a great steward over the things that God's bestowed upon me, knowing that I got good health, a good mind, all my limbs work. So,
Mm,
my routine is daily in that word, daily giving honor and praise, and also studying what I'm in. The words say study and show yourself approved, but that's in everything. Knowing the state of thy flocks, you got to know what's going on in your business. So I'm constantly studying and researching the industries that I'm in and looking around that corner to see what's to come. That's first. But as far as with my business, I don't necessarily run a business. I run a system because when you're running the business, you are in the business and you're getting drained. But when you're running systems, they're gonna constantly hit, and
mm,
everyone is included. A lot of people run businesses and you just telling the person, "Do this, you do this, you do this." We know the human mind only retaining about 20% of what somebody tell us, regardless of how many
mm.
times we do it. But when we run systems, we wake up every day. What's the system when we get in our car? Open the door, put the key in the ignition, or if you ain't got no key, put your foot on the brake, push the button. hit the reverse. Your systems will work out. If it was different every time we got in the car, it would cause brain fog.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
So if our businesses are a system, it's on automatic to a certain degree. So I think I focus more on my systems and having qualified people to run the systems. That's what I focus more on as far as in my business, which gives me free time to actually sit and look at the business from the outside and see what I could do better. It's kind of like I can coach my business. Even Michael Jordan had a coach. He could see what he's doing. Kobe had a coach. Fortunately, they had the same coach in both areas, their personal basketball coach and both of their coaches. So even when you're great, you still got to get coached. Even if my business is going good, I'm still looking for what systems can get put in play and, what bottlenecks can we avoid before they come, before it all the way bottleneck up. Let's see what we can avoid with certain systems in play and having good meetings, not just meetings about meetings, but actual work that can get done to progress us.
Yeah. Man, bro, so man, you just said so many things that sparked my brain. I've never quite heard, I don't run a business, I run a system. Bro, if that ain't a bar, I would say you got that from Jay-Z or from Nas or something like that. Because bro, that was a bar. And so you being faith-based, almost standing your word. When you said that, so many different scriptures popped off the page for me. One, there's a scripture that says, no discipline feels good at the time, but once it's finished, it produces a life of righteousness and peace. And so, of course, we're not making this a whole biblical show, but when you talk about a system, when you put a discipline in place and you run that discipline, building that discipline may not feel good at the time, but like you said, when you wake up and you got that discipline and that system in place, it's going to produce peace. There's a peace of mind because, like you said, if all systems are go, all I need to do is get in the car started, and I'm off to the races. And so when you said that, it made total sense. And then you talked about just I'm like you talked about like coaching and building yourself. Like that's what like pastoring is. Pastoring is really people coaching you. Like the pastor feeds you with knowledge and understanding. They feeding you what they know. They feeding you the coaching. And that's like you said, Michael Jordan has a coach. Everybody need a coach. Wisdom is in the counsel of many. So wisdom comes from coaching with other people. So bro, everything you said makes total sense. Like people of faith that's out there that's listening, you can separate business and faith. They work hand in hand. Like if you are a person of faith, that's who you bring to your business. So when you're a businessman, you bring all yourself to your business. And so I don't know if any of that made sense, but that's what sparked
Look,
when you started
definitely,
talking
I'm
about.
gonna jump in and just share a nugget because I'm okay with bringing my faith anywhere, and if you're not okay with my faith, then it's probably not good for us to do business. I'll tell a short story on that. I take heaven where I go, right? So my moving company was doing good, and there was another gentleman who I was learning from in the moving company. He's doing great numbers, and we decided to have a meeting about us actually doing business together. And I was okay with it. I was okay with the splits and everything we was doing. And we had one issue, and the issue was us being open on Sundays. I'm like, all my businesses, I ain't open on Sunday, right? And he like, man, we leaving too much money on the table. I'm like, listen, bro, I'm not greedy, bro. And you said peace that passes all understanding. Having too much money and not enough peace, I'm cool. Give me the peace. So long story short, that was our crossroad. So he said, tell me one business that's not open on Sundays that's successful,
Oh,
right?
I say that.
So we on that. I'm like, all right. So I say the comment answer. I'm like, all right, Chick-fil-A, right? He like, oh man, come on, man, that's a given, right? And the spirit hit me, and he asked, well, give me another one, right? I said, bro, think about it. I said, where all the money be? Who got all the money? And he like, huh? He kind of confused. I'm like, where all the money at? Who got all the money? And he said, I don't know. I said, listen, bro, I'm gonna give you one, and if we can't agree on this, we're not gonna do business. I said, you know who ain't open on Sundays? He said, who? I said, the banks. That's where the money is. The banks ain't open, bro.
Hmm.
So he like, oh, I said, hey, listen, man, we got great business sense, but we not gonna be able to do business together because my faith more important than some money.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
So I just say that to piggyback off of what you said. I'm not ashamed to speak on what I believe in any business setting, but I also want to make sure that I carry myself in such a way that um, it shines a light and it's not, I ain't perfect. You dig what I'm saying? But I don't use that as an excuse. You're like, oh, I'm perfect. But nah, I hold myself accountable. I just put it like that. So I
Yeah.
had no problem speaking on faith in business. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, man, I love it. Thank you, man. I never quite thought about the banks. And when you said it took me a minute, but when you started going, I was like, okay. I was like, I see exactly what you're saying because you're exactly right. And that's amazing. I've never quite thought about that, but I appreciate you bringing that up. But man, no, I love it, man. I'm love that you bring your faith to this. You know, we was talking earlier. That's one of the things you stated emphatically. Like, no, I rely on my faith. And that's what I rely on. And so I love it, man. I love it that you bring to what you do, and I'm loving that you bring it to this platform. Let me ask you this, Mr. Ed. What's the next real goal for you in your systems? What system do you plan on putting in next, like to make you hit the goal that you want to hit? What's the next real goal?
Man, we rolling out Supreme Home Finance Funding. We just inked the deal last month. Um, as you was saying, I was able to do that 5-day rehab. I was able to negotiate a deal, what we call Wall Street. They are Wall Street, a little different than hedge fund private. They allotted me 500 million right now. I know that sounds like a lot, but if you do the numbers, that's like 250 customers if they're doing like 2 million a piece, something like that. So it sounds
Yeah.
like a lot, but if you're doing 50 deals a month, that money can go fast. We're rolling out the plan, what I was able to negotiate, which is something amazing, the terms. So if anybody out there listening, you're an investor, imagine not having to pay a monthly payment until your house sale.
Mm,
That's the first thing that the funding is going to be able to do. The second thing the funding is going to be able to do, 70% LTV. So if your loan is 70% loan to value, we doing 100%, not the fake
mm,
100%. We doing a real 100% funding. I personally go to deals, not putting down a down payment and not having to pay a note until a house closed. So the numbers that you see where it say cash due to seller at the bottom of them HUDs and them statements, that really be the money I get. I don't have to go and be like, oh, I need to take out the down payment. I need to take out the monthly payment because when you pay your down payment, you paying the monthly payments, that big check you get at the end, you got to take that out to really know what your profit is. My number is really the profit. So us rolling out that funding, allowing people to stay liquid and have their liquidity in hand, you're automatically 3Xing. If you're doing one deal, you can automatically do three.
mm,
Just by pure numbers, you can automatically do three. So that's a fund that we're rolling out. We just finished up an app that'll be launching before the end of the year for investors where you can communicate with everyone in one app. You can order your material inside of the app. You can speak to your contractors inside of the app. You'll be able to keep track of how much money that you're spending on the project inside of the app. We got realtors. So the app is done. It's getting finalized right now. And what I mean by that, you got to negotiate with where we're going to put it. We're figuring out if we're just going to put it on our site or if we're actually going to make it downloadable. So those two things to be able to do your deal, and it's called a one push. So literally we got it where you could just hit a button. It'll order everything, whatever color you pick a design, and it could order everything for you. And you'll literally have everything. And it is send a quote. Let me say one thing. I know we ain't got that much time, but on a rehab, you got 7, 8 different people sometime. And you got to call all of them individually and say, hey, man, go to the house, give me a quote. Hey, man, go to the house. With this app, you literally just put your people in a group inside of the app and you hit one button and say, send quote. You
mm.
can get a quote. It's going to all to individually, everybody individually get. The painters know what they got to do. The plumbers know what they got to do. And you can have all of that at once. It's sent to them individually, and then they individually send you back their quotes, or inside of the app, it'll tell you how much you paying. So you can send it to 2, 3 painters, 2, 3 point. This is how much I'm paying. Go give me a quote, and then everybody can send back their numbers. So the app is actually the system that's going to be able to keep things smooth from bottlenecking. So that's what I'm very excited about, man. We'll be launching that at the top of the year.
Man, like I said, brother, you're a visionary, man. You're thinking ahead. I see how you're solving problems. I see how you're bringing people together. Like again, systems. Like you put systems in place. System. Remind me off camera, man, to talk to you about systems too. I got a question I want to ask you, but we're gonna do that off camera. But man, I love it. It seems to me that you are a good relationship builder. That's what it seems to me. And so I want to pick your brain a little bit about when it comes to your relationships. Have building relationships been easy for you? Has it affected you in a positive way? Like what is your perspective on building relationships in business?
Man, that's the number one key. Your relationship with yourself, how you treat yourself is usually how you treat others. So how somebody treat me is usually how they treat themselves. The relationships is the key to business to me. Going in what we call leaving juice in the deal for others. I
Hmm.
go into
Mm.
deal making sure that I leave juice in the deal for somebody else. Even when I sell a house, there's gonna be equity in it. When I'm working with the construction crews, they got 2 numbers. You get done in this time, this is more money. If you get done, this is what we agree on. So making sure everybody got juice in the deal, letting everybody know they're valuable. It's pretty easy for me to build relationships long as we kind of got the same core values of what we're here for. And I kind of figure out what they want. Are you here for the money? You here for the status? You here for whatever it is? And I can see if I can fulfill. And if I'm not able to fulfill like I did with the gentleman with the moving company, we're not going to lie. I think
Mm.
it's key to walk away from certain things and certain people
Mm.
because you will bring somebody into your business just because they can help temporarily, but that temporary help is going to sink your boat. Quick analogy. We say, oh, what does this person bring to the table? Who do they bring to the table? And they can bring everything to the table, right? But if they bringing everything to the table at the same time, they could be poking holes in the boat and sinking it. When it could be somebody who's bringing nothing that you can educate and help mentor, and they coming with the right mind and the right heart, and they helping you paddle. Somebody could come into your life and they're bringing things. Cool, they got the great job, they got the great this. He's been doing his business for this amount of years, but if they mind and they spirit ain't right, they could do more harm than good overall. That's my perspective on that as far as
Yeah.
relationships. And I love them, and I treat my people long standing. If people don't have long standing relationships, in business, I kind of look at them like, it might be a problem that you don't have long-standing relationship. They don't have to be personal, but you should have a long-standing relationship anywhere in business, whether it's the funding part, if we talking real estate contractors, if you constantly going through people and constantly going through funding companies, that lets me know that, something's going on with relationships with you as far as holding up your end or the wrong expectations. But I want to treat everybody more than fair. I think fair is just even. You treat them more than fair, they stick around. Excuse me for being long-winded.
Brother, you weren't long-winded at all, man. Not long-winded at all, man. As soon as you said it, bro, of course, another thought scripture popped in my head, right, about being
Exactly,
yeah,
man.
but man, talking about being unequally yoked, right? Like, when that old school, that oxen, they yoke together. So that mean they got to move together. They turn, we all turn. He turn, we all turn. So I know a lot of people think about that just about, just like relationships and marriage. But no, it's all your relationships. You need to be equally yoked with the person, making sure we going in the right direction. Because like you said, if right, we trying, you trying to go this way, I'm trying to go this way. We see that, yeah.
Facts.
So yeah.
Good thing, bro. That is true.
Yeah.
I like how you put that. Definitely.
Yeah. So now I'm again just building on what you said, man. Again, man, I said at the top, one of the things I love about doing this is that I get to listen to people who have different perspectives. And man, I gotta say, man, I absolutely love your perspective. I love the way you think. I love your vision that you have, and I believe a vision that God has given you. And so, man, I really appreciate you being here today. If someone wanted to reach out to you, connect with you, collaborate with you, learn more about what you're doing, how can they get in contact with you, sir?
Man, I'm gonna give y'all a few ways. I've been off of social media for a minute.
Hmm.
But You can still find me on Instagram at Kings Give, KINGSGIVE. That's Kings Gives. If you think the 5-day rehab is cap, is highlights up there. Is two highlights of every day I'm out there at the job, but you could DM me there. The playbook for flipping. Um, we used to teach people how to, flip houses. We've moved away from that and moved straight to funding. But with the funding, we still give all the tools of how we sell our houses so fast, all the inside secrets. And last but not least, you can email me, especially if you're ready to get to the funding. It's going to be edjonesenterprises@gmail.com. Ed Jones Enterprises with an S at the end at gmail.com. Shoot me an email. That'd be the fastest right now. Is where I'm communicating. I don't even want to say detoxing, just doing right, man, and trying to stay off that blue tube is what I call it, man. Stay off that social media if I ain't using it for business, but you can definitely find me there. And supremehomefinancing.com will be up at the top of the year.
Yeah. Love it, man. Mr. Edward, sir, thank you, man. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your story. Definitely thank you for your perspective, the way you think, man. I think that part for me is golden, your mindset. And so thank you for dropping the nuggets that may have caused some mindset shift in people that's watching. So, man, I appreciate you being here today. This was great.
No, I appreciate it. My pleasure, man. Blessings, man. I hope everybody got something.
Absolutely. Well, listen, y'all heard him, Mr. Everett. Y'all got the nuggets. You can't tell me you didn't. So listen, make sure you are subscribed because we do not want you to miss out on the amazing people that we're just going to continue to bring up. So, Mr. Edward, thank you again. And to everyone else, we'll see you on the next time.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.